my creative and crafty friends. This is Gloria Plunkett with designsbygloria.com. I'm here to share with you the cutest little project. Take a gander at these. Are they not adorable? Look at the little floppy legs. This is actually a gift card holder. I'm going to put some little tabs on the side when I make these the next time. But look at that. Isn't that not adorable? A regular old gift card fits in there. And all you got to do is sign the inside. And wouldn't that be adorable sitting on one of the branches on your trees? I'm going to give away a lot of gift cards this Christmas season, so I wanted something fun and cute. So I'm going to share with you how to make these super easy. Okay, let me get my product here. And just so you know, you don't need to write any of the measurements down. You can if you want to, but I've got a PDF for you on my blog over at designsbygloria.com, and you can just download it, and it's got all the measurements and all the products I use and everything, so you don't have to worry about writing it down. So I did that, and I'm also on my instructions is the YouTube video, so you can refer to it at a later time. All right, so let's get started here. We're going to cut 2 pieces of cardstock. So this only takes a half a sheet of a regular 8.5 by 11. So you get 2 gift card holders from every single sheet. So I've cut these 2 pieces at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I've scored them all around the same 3/4 of an inch all the way around. I put a B on this one as the bottom because this one is the top, obviously. And what I did on this one is, you probably can't see, but when I cut my cardstock, I took just a smidge. If you can see here, let me bring this up to the camera so you can see a little bit better. This is supposed to be 5 1/4, but when I cut it, this is the bottom. I cut it at 5 1/8, and then I took a little piece off of this side so that, I mean, you can just barely see a smidge, and that helps the box come together a little bit better. So remember, the bottom will have a smidge off one side and a smidge off this side. So 1, 2, you're going to take just a little bit off. All right, so now we're going to take the bottom and we're going to trim the edges here. And we're going to cut here and here, and then on the opposite side we're going to flip it. And we're going to cut here and here. So we've cut our 4 slits. Now I'm going to take a little tiny piece off each corner so it folds in nicely and we don't have any overhang. Ooh, those scissors are sharp. Cut my skin. Okay. Then I'm going to take my bone folder and crease all the edges really nicely. Helps the box come together a little bit better. I've transferred my Tombow into this cute little jar because it helps me control my adhesive flow. So I tend to be a little bit heavy-handed with it. So we're going to square up those corners. You can see that one's still a little bit off. We'll fix that in a second. One more here. See where I put the B for the bottom. You'll never know that it was there because it's hidden behind the panel here. Okay. You see where I have a little bit sticking out there? I'm just going to trim it up. I'm trying to do this a little bit backward. That doesn't look real good, does it? And I think that one needs a trimming right there too. All right. Now, let's work on the box top. So on the box top, this is exactly 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. What I did is I took my ruler. Let me bring this up so you can see. And I measured in at 1 1/8, and I put a little dot there. And then I measured at 1 1/8 from this side, and I put a little dot there. Sorry. See? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 1/8 inch hole punch. And this is going to make room for those little floppy legs to poke through. There, got that punched. And then the other thing I want to do is I want to take my 3/4 inch punch and take a little slot at both edges. So when I go to pull the box apart, it's easier. All right, let's go ahead and fold on all the score lines. I'm probably going to speed through this so you don't have to see me doing this all the way around. Okay, and then the same thing, we're going to cut slots on all 4 sides. It's just a standard little box is what we're making here. What I did, I measured my gift card holder, or my little gift card, and then I built my measurements around it. There's room enough to add some tissue paper to the box as well. So we're going to do the same thing as we did on the other one. See what I mean about heavy-handed? Hold for a second. Just glue dries pretty fast, but still forgiving enough so if you need to make some adjustments, you can do it while you're putting this together. Okay. It's evening here. I didn't get a chance to do the video this morning, so I apologize if it's a little gloomy looking. Got as much lighting as I have in the house on here. So this piece coming up right here. All right. Hold it there for a second or two. All right. So this is now the top. And we got a little area for our little shoes to go through. Next is we're going to put our little belt on, and this is a 3/4 by 5 1/4, and I scored at 3/4 of an inch on both sides, just like I did around the box when I put this together. So we're going to put a little bit more Tombow on here. Okay, and we're going to stick it on here, just above the holes. Hold it down for a few seconds. There, I should do it. Okay, let's set that aside. This piece is going to, this is, by the way, the smidge I was telling you. That's how much I took off on 2 sides of the box. This is going to be the collar for the Santa. For the elf, you can see it's kind of scalloped there. For Santa, it's a little bit more zigzag. And what I used for that was the Sweetly Stitched framelits, and that's these 2 dies right here. These will create the dots on your, the stitching on your cardstock, but it won't cut it. So that works out perfect for what I'm doing here. Let me grab my Big Shot. In 1 second here. I don't know if I can get that on here without making a mess. Try this. Trying to get it in frame here. So all I'm going to do grab the right die. Set my die on my table here, on my Big Shot. And I'm gonna do my best to make this equal distance so that I don't have, let's see what I mean here, so that it's the same amount here and here on the edge. So now, run this through the Big Shot. Bring it back because I don't have enough room to pull it through the other way. Let me get this out of the way. Bring that down. And you can see the stitching it creates on there. Isn't that cute? Now, like I said, it doesn't cut the edge for you, but all I did was grab my paper snips and just went around the edge there. Cut that off. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm trying to see over my camera here, so I'm having a hard time making sure I have an even cut. That'll give you the gist of what I'm doing. If you don't have this die, just go ahead and make your own scallop. There you go. And like the belt, I went ahead and scored this ahead of time, 3/4 inch on both sides. Bring my box back in. Now we'll add some tombow to the entire back. And then we're going to align it right at the top of the box. You can feel, when you put it down, you can feel it. You're at the edge of the box there. Of course, I just moved it. Okay. And just hold for a few seconds. Sorry. I have to do it like this. Here we go. There we go. Now you have your box. Now I cut a 1-inch piece of gold glimmer paper, a 3/4 inch piece of basic black cardstock, and that's going to create our little buckle. Just going to center this between what's going to be his two little legs. And then I'm going to put this on top. No, I didn't put any dimensionals or anything, but you can certainly do that. I need to make a lot of these, so I'm trying to make it as easy as possible. Okay, we'll leave that, set that aside to dry. Next, I took some cotton ribbon, and this is the 3/8 inch cotton ribbon. I also used a couple of other ones I created. The satin ribbon, the 3-inch satin ribbon that comes in the holiday catalog, the 2018 holiday catalog by Stampin' Up. I made a couple using that. And then for the elf, this little feller, I used the 5/8 inch textured weave ribbon, which I thought went really cute with that. And I like the little white edges on there. So I cut 5 inches of ribbon. I cut 2 of those. And then what I did is I went ahead and made a knot. put me on camera and I can't even tie a daggum knot. All right. Just move the knot all the way to the top. Let's try that again. Okay. Move it all the way to the top. Make it nice and tight. And do the same to the other side. Move it up. Make it nice and tight. And then I'm going to bring in my pivot tool. I'm going to come in from the back to the front. So what I'll do is I'll poke my little ribbon through, pull it out. Again, just put my ribbon down there, poke it through, see it coming up on the other side, and pull it out. And now you've got his little legs. Too cute. All right, so we got his legs. Now we're going to work on his boots. And what I did with my boots was I came in and I cut a piece of cardstock, black cardstock at 3 1/4 by 1 1/2. Then I scored it at 1 5/8, which is the center of this, or you can just fold it down the center. Then I came in with my ruler and I marked at 3/4 of an inch on this side, and then 3/4 of an inch on this side. Okay? So once I did that, I came in, and it kind of looks like a funky boot, but it'll make more sense once. Okay, so I got that piece. And then what I did, you can see on this little fella here, all I did was I took what is going to be the heel, so this is the fold. So I came around the back and gave him a little heel, and I came around the front and trim that out, and I created my little boot. And that's all there is for the boot. Then the next step is on the inside of my inside box, the bottom of the box. I'm going to stamp a little greeting, and then that's going to sit on the inside of my box. So what I'm using here is the Signs of Santa stamp set, and I'm using one of these little elves. I think it's so cute. That's still available right now, by the way. So let me see, where's my stamp set here. I'm going to ink it up in Momentum ink because I'm going to color him in with my markers. I'm just going to, I forgot to bring my mat. Oh, that came out pretty good. Then we're going to add the to and from. Again, this is from the Signs of Santa. Sorry about that. My girl's over there complaining about something. I'm just going to put that right there. Okay. Then, using my markers, and I'm going to sit here for a second because I can't really color standing up. I'm going to use light petal pink to color in his little ears, face, and hands. So cute. Then I'm going to color him. I keep my blends together with these little rubber bands you find at Walmart or whatever store you purchase them, and that way I don't have to be looking for my dark and light in my box where I keep them. So I'm going to go ahead and color him in with Granny Apple Green. Pretty easy. Just went over the line, but that's what we got. We have our Can't think of the name of it. The one that erases your boo-boos. So I never worry much about going out of the lines too much. Obviously, you don't want to go overboard. Take some of the dark. Create some shading here real quickly. Round is built. Back with the light. Blend that out. I'm telling you, these blends will make you look like an artist. Even like me, I'm not. And I'm not a great colorer. But I love these little things. Anyway, you get the picture. Then I'm going to glue this to my cardstock here. Again, I have all the measurements for you. I just wanted just a tiny little edge around it. Because really, you're not going to be able to see that much of it because it's going to sit right inside the bottom of your gift card holder. We're going to bring this back in. And I am going to take some Tombow and close up his little boots around his little leg. So, put that in, figure out about how long I want his legs to be. Close it up. And somewhere, his other boot has fallen, and I don't see it. So, I'm not going to be able to finish him up with that. But as you can see, we made these little slits with the 3/4 inch punch so that when we put our box together, and you give it to someone, they can put their fingers on the edges there. And it'll be a lot easier to open. That's pretty good. Again, let me bring these two in because I can't find his little leg. Oh, one other thing I did. For Santa, my husband felt this needed to have a little bit of a buckle, I guess, for lack of a better word. And so what I did was I took a piece of just scrap glimmer paper and I just cut, I mean, I can't even measure that, it's so tiny. I just cut that little piece right there. And this is going to be funny with it on the leg. I put a little bit of glue right there. Take a pick tool, set that right on there. Put it right where I wanted it, and that's it. There you have it. These little cute, this one's missing a leg or a boot. These little cute gift card holders. I'm sure whoever you give them to are going to love them. Again, go to my blog, designsbygloria.com, and you can download the PDF for free. And come back and let me know if you have any questions, concerns, or if you enjoyed this project. If you did, if you would, give me a thumbs up and click like on my page, and also subscribe to that little bell so that you can be notified every time I create a new project for you. I have another one coming up that I've got to share. Let me see if I've got one real quick. Show you a little sneak peek of what's coming. Aren't those adorable? I'll be sharing those soon. So come back and visit me. Thank you all. Have a blessed Christmas season. Bye-bye.